Well, this is John Stephenson. It's great to be back with you again here with Travels with the Stephensons. Tonight we're down here at the FareHaven Homeless Shelter and going to be back amongst friends here. Good people, good solid citizens that are working to better their lives. But more importantly, I wanted to take this opportunity just to say thank you. June and I both want to thank you. Of course, many of you know she had to have emergency surgery during the campaign and took me out of works there for about 4 weeks, where it was the most important thing in my life was to spend that time with my wife. But she's healing up now after that surgery, and as you know, she's spent about 100 and some days in the hospital over the last few years, but she's doing better, coming along slowly. But we both want to thank you tonight for the 7,000 votes we got and all the friends we met across Kentucky. You know, when you just spend $3,200, I think that's what we figured up we spent in the campaign, and you run against a couple fellas that spent close to $4 million, it's a little hard to chase them across the state on that little bit of money. But we worked as hard as we could, and we got the message out there for the Lord, and our message was simply this: we don't need to make a left turn, we don't need to make a right turn. We need to make a U-turn back to God and godly principles. And that message was sent out all across Kentucky in every article that was written about us. And I think it was a message that was heard even by our opponents. And I think that I wish everybody success, both on the Republican ticket and the Democratic ticket this fall, that all the citizens look at their records and what they have to say and give them a fair chance. Listen to them, see what they have to say, then go out and vote. One of the most disappointing things in our democracy, as a former government teacher, is how we fail to vote, our citizenship. You know, over half of our citizens aren't even registered to vote, that are eligible to vote, and half of those actually don't even go to the polls. We had a turnout in northern Kentucky of about 20–21%. The rest of the state, in fact the whole state, was only about close to 29%, 30%. And that's sort of a shame, because that's just 29 or 30% of those who are registered. Not to mention the fact that half of our citizens aren't even registered. We need to change that here in Kentucky. People need to take an effort to get involved and study the candidates and study the parties. It's not that everybody's going to agree with one particular person any of the time on all the issues, but you try to pick out the people who you think can represent the Commonwealth of Kentucky the best and the United States of America. And more importantly, of course, as far as I'm concerned, the Christian principles and godly principles that our country was founded on. So we want to thank you and say a special thank you. We want to compliment Trey Grayson for his race, and we want to compliment Rand Paul for his race, Dan Mongiardo for his race, and Jack Conway for his race. And all the other candidates, Mrs. Price, Buckmaster, and Mr. Sweeney, who ran from down in Louisville. All those folks that were in the Democratic side and the Republican side, of course, John Scooter and Gurley Martin and Mr. Johnson, who ran and dropped out. And then we want to thank, of course, Rand Paul, the victor, and Trey Grayson, another Northern Kentuckian like myself here in Northern Kentucky, for all the efforts that they put out. Most importantly, we want to thank you, the citizens, for participating and making this the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. We need to give everybody a hand up, not necessarily just a handout, but a hand up to help all Americans be productive in our society. God bless you, and this is John Stephenson again. Check us out on our website where you can see all of our speeches, including this one, www.jstephenson.com. And if you'd like to contact us, you can reach us at our email address, jjgs@one.net. That's jjgs@one.net. Or you can reach us by telephone, 859-653-7000. That's 859-653-7000. God bless you. This is John Stephenson, the old country politician, doing a little bit of singing tonight called with the Whosoever Will group here in FareHaven's Homeless Shelter. Have a great day now.